Hey guys, it's Connor, and today I've got a free LUT to give you some crazy trippy effects for your videos like this. This free LUT is actually a sample from my new Trippy Thermal LUT pack, which contains 13 completely unique looks to give you even more tools at your disposal. I'm gonna link to the full pack in the description below if you wanna check that out to get even more crazy looks right at your fingertips. You can start off by downloading the free LUT in the link below, and now I'm gonna show you how to get the most versatility out of it and a few little tips and tricks. I've got this footage of Curtis here blowing some smoke in the camera while spinning with a chest rig. Already looks really cool and really trippy, but we can pump that up a notch as well. I'm gonna go over to my effects tab here, and I'm gonna grab an instance of Lumetri Color. You can drag that onto the clip if you'd like, but I'm gonna drag this onto an adjustment layer above. For now, we're gonna ignore all the tabs except for the Creative tab. You can click on the little arrow to get that to drop down. Then we're gonna click on the drop-down menu here and click on Browse to grab our LUT. Go to wherever you saved your LUT, and click on that to load it. Right away, without touching any controls, we have a really sick look to begin with, but there's even more that we can do with this. For example, we can go to our adjustment layer and we can crank up or down the saturation to get different looks. Here it's way more vibrant and punchy, or we can drop that down if we want something a little more subtle and faded and vintage looking. I'm gonna crank it up to max for now just to get the most out there vibe, and then I'm gonna show you another trick we can do, which is actually to mess with the brightness, because the brightness in our image is what's dictating the different colors that we get. To show you what that looks like, let's go to the basic correction drop-down menu, go to our exposure value, and let's just mess around with this a little bit. You can see when we crank it up, we get all the color tones that were just in the brighter areas of the image. So we get those nice greens and blues, gives it a really kind of tropical looking vibe. And if we want to drag it all the way down, now we get more of like a thermal camera kind of view, just purples and oranges and a totally different look than if we reset this to the default values. So just this one LUT can give us a wide variety of looks to begin with. And not only that, but we can make this even trippier by animating the whole process. The clip looks great as is, but if I want it to be even more dynamic, I can put a keyframe at the beginning and then put a keyframe closer to the end and crank up my exposure, and now I can watch it animate over time. So now we're getting different hues, different color tones shifting throughout the whole shot instead of it just being static. That gives you another layer to mess around with. One last crazy example, I've added more keyframes and it's just spiking up and down in exposure. And now we get the full spectrum of all the colors in the LUT, and we get such cool dynamic movement with it as well. Again, this is all just a bunch of different things you can do with just one of these trippy thermal LUTs. If you want even more of these LUTs, check out that pack in the description below. And if you use this free one on any projects of yours, please send it my way. I would love to see what you come up with using this LUT. If you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate you helping me back by liking, subscribing, all that stuff that you already know how to do. But until then, I will see you in the next video.